Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
Fall brings about lots of changes here in Florida, like turning off the air conditioning, not mowing the lawn every week, the end of hurricane season we all look forward to November 30th, traffic jams from returning snowbirds, eating pumpkin pie, and enjoying your favorite high school, college, or pro football games on TV or your favorite tech device. Here with tips on upgrading to the latest tech device and finding the best deal on your next smartphone purchase, and why you should consider buying or selling your phone online, is Emmy Award-winning talk show host and digital lifestyle commentator, Mario Armstrong. Good morning, Mario.
Good morning, Rose Lee. Always good to hear your awesome voice and see you. Thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
And it is always a pleasure to have you on. And you know that my viewers love you. All right, Mario, so share some of the latest tech trends this fall and why big changes are happening in the latest iPhones.
This is true. Like, having open lines of communication obviously is one of the most important things when you're dealing with those natural disasters and emergency situations. And some of the trends that are happening right now, you're speaking of fall, which also starts to get you thinking about the holiday season. Like that pumpkin pie moment, I was like, oh, you got me. You got me, Rosie. I want my pumpkin pie. So you start thinking about the hot trends that are going to be happening this fall. Things like virtual reality really continues to take off. People are loving to put on these lenses and these goggles and masks and look around and experience different environments in all types of ways in 360 virtual settings and virtual environments that are really neat and different. Augmented reality, the blending of the real world with digital all in one. Being able to take your phone and say, point it at a house and be able to understand that it has 3 bedrooms with 2 full baths and be able to see all this other data about it if you're out shopping for a home. That's another big trend. And then, of course, mobile. Mobile continues to surprise me as that it continues to grow and grow and grow with new devices coming out, better battery life, faster chips and processing, better graphics, better cameras. And so mobile continues to be a really super hot trend this fall.
Well, the latest iPhones perform better during a natural disaster like Hurricane Irma that took down cell reception for over 2 weeks here. Will the newest generation of the cell phones perform better?
So, well, they help perform better, but we have to be cautious. I want to make sure, you know, my wife is from St. Thomas. She knows what it's like to survive through serious hurricanes and storms. And I want to be very cautious about how a phone can help you. If the cell line or that cell tower is down, typically that means your communication is also down. However, if you don't have cell tower, but maybe for some reason you still have Wi-Fi accessibility or Wi-Fi access, then you can still use your phone to communicate that way. I will say this. The newer phones, like I have here, right here, the iPhone 8, the newer phone does process faster. It has a faster chip inside of it. It's going to have a longer battery life. That can be something that is of importance when you're trying to figure out, you know, how am I going to keep my phones charged if I'm out of power? Some people run to their car to plug it in. Some people have backup chargers. But also knowing that you have a phone that has increased its battery life can also give you a little bit more additional peace of mind that it will be there for you. So I do think that there have been some improvements, but in terms of being able to still make a call if a tower is down, that's not going to change no matter what model or what advancements being done at this particular time.
So flipping to Wi-Fi is the only solution.
Yeah, for now, that's right. If you have access and if you have power and you can get to it, that is the best way to do it for sure.
So tell us, Mario, what do you suggest for those of us who are looking to upgrade? When's the best time to sell the previous generation of your smartphone?
Yeah, this is a great question because I get this sent to me as tweets and emails from family members a lot too as well. They're all like, should we be upgrading now that the new iPhone is out? So the answer is yes. When a new model that's getting a lot of attention, like the iPhone 8 that's out, this is a time where people are thinking about making buying and selling decisions. They're either looking to upgrade to the new model, which means now what do they do with their old phone? Or you have people that are saying, if people are in the market to buy but can't afford or don't want to buy the 8 for some reason, maybe they will buy my 7 or they will buy my iPhone 6. So it's a great time for both buyers and sellers. It's one of the reasons why I partnered up with eBay, because they have 171 million active buyers on eBay. So your chances of getting your phone sold, look, they sell phones on eBay every 6 seconds. So it happens a lot. And when the iPhone 7 came out, there were over 8,000 new listings on there, so within the first week. So sometimes it's even hard to get the new technology, or you have to wait in line, or you have to wait for weeks for it to come shipped to you. So a lot of times you can find that those products that are hard to get right on eBay super quick. So I think, really looking at that makes a lot of sense, because now is a great time for you to say, hey, how much can I actually get for my old smartphone or my previous generation device? And they have the tools and everything right there to show you, hey, if you have this particular phone with your make and model, with this amount of storage on your phone, it's in, you could say what condition your phone is in. You basically tell it all the different things about your current phone, and they'll tell you, oh, you can expect to get this amount of money for that particular device. So it's really good in helping you take out the guesswork of how much you can actually get for the devices you already own.
Right. So what you're saying, in essence, don't run to a phone store at the mall. Start thinking about the benefits online and identify what type of price guarantee that you can get, because trading in your phone doesn't always give you the greatest value.
This is true. And how do you compare that today? These are great points. Number one, the first point is like my favorite internet point anyway, which is you get to shop in your pajamas. You get to do this at a relaxed time, or you get to do this on your lunch break. Like, you don't have to go to a physical place, park the car, or hop off the train and actually go to a store, wait in line to talk to someone. You can do a lot of this research right on the eBay site right there. I mean, they give you the ability to compare models. If you're in the market to buy a new phone, all you would do is just go to ebay.com/phone, and you could see the different models that are available. Maybe you want a Samsung device and you like the S8. So you can look and compare and see what's going to fit you and your lifestyle and your needs best. But you can also sell there too as well. And so I think having that flexibility, that convenience to be able to do so, and then the price guarantee, the fact that they're actually backing that up is pretty crazy. Like, what they're saying is, if you list your device with them and they tell you what you can expect to get for it, if and when that device sells, if your device sells and you don't get the exact amount that they told you you would get, you're going to get an eBay credit for the difference, as well as an additional $20 gift card. So they're backing it up. They're fast, safe, secure. I buy there and sell there. And they've been doing it for years, so they're credible, but they're also backing it up to make everyone feel a little bit more safe about, hey, will I actually get the full value of my device if I sell it there?
Tell our viewers, how should we begin to prepare our phones to get ready to sell and get the best price? Because sometimes our phones look a little tattered and messy. And let's not forget about our privacy issues.
Yeah, and you want to also be so safe and secure. Like, I'm sure you love your kid and you have 1,000 photos of your kid on your phone, but the next person doesn't really care about your kid. So, and that's just like simple stuff. What about like data or email or, anything that's tied to maybe any e-commerce or transactions? So you want to be completely safe and secure. So the easiest way to do it is 3 steps. Number 1, you want to make sure that you back up all your data and your apps to the cloud. It's very simple to do that. You just back everything up. And then the second step would be to then import all of that stuff onto your new device if you already have it. And then make sure everything is good. And then when you're ready to sell your previous generation smartphone, reset it to the factory default settings. It's very easy. All you got to do is go through the general settings menu, and you can just hit reset, and it'll walk you through the steps. What will happen is, and you'll know you did it right, because it will wipe all the data off the phone, and when you power it back up, it should start up on that welcome screen where it asks you which language would you like to start with. You've fully reset it, and you're back to square one as if it just came from the manufacturer itself.
All right, so where can our viewers find the information they need to get started?
Yeah, a couple of places. If you have any questions, always, Rosalie, you know I love your viewers as well, and they've hit me up on Twitter from time to time. So if you need a direct response from me, you can go and hit me up on Twitter at Mario Armstrong or on my Facebook page. But you could also go direct to eBay sites to go and get this stuff done, and that's ebay.com/sellyourphone if you're looking to sell, and then ebay.com/phone if you're looking to compare models and buy.
All right, thanks, Mario, for joining us this morning and sharing how to get the most money for your existing smartphone and buy the latest smartphone to increase your quality of communication. You are always a plethora of new tech information.
We did it, Rosalie. We did it.
Yes, we did.
Take care. It's good to hear from you.
Mentoring opens doors for students and job seekers with disabilities. Open the door to an all-inclusive workplace. Watch the upcoming episodes of Disability Mentoring and get involved in your community. Be a mentor.
According to the Florida Department of Health, every year we learn more about how destructive tobacco can be to the human body. Not to mention the damage secondhand smoke has to people around a smoker. Fact is, every year, about 28,600 adults die right here in Florida from smoking. A recent study found nearly 9 in 10 smokers want to reduce the number of cigarettes they smoke or find an alternative to smoking. Joining us this morning to help shed some light on what smokers really want and what their motivations are and alternatives to smoking is Emmy Award-winning actress and ambassador for the Q Vapor system, Drea De Matteo. Good morning, Drea.
Good morning, Rose.
A recent survey by E-Alternative Solutions reports over half of parents who smoke believe that an alternative would help them set a better example for their children. Drea, is there a line between parents who smoke and its influence on their children to smoke?
Well, you're talking to a kid who grew up with 2 heavy smoking parents. I mean, ashtrays filled to the top around the house all the time. My grandmother, my parents, everybody smoked in the house. I was smoking by the time I was 12. My grandmother taught me how to inhale. So I had to find, I mean, you know, it's been in the fabric of my life since I was a kid. And I think a lot of people from our generation have been through the same because, you know, back then that's just what we did, you know. So as an adult now and moving into technology, and our whole world is moving to technology, every single aspect of our lives, from the music business, television business, I mean, everything has changed because of technology. And that is also happening for smoking and the way we smoke and the way we choose to smoke, and the options that we have. And I mean, vaping has become a thing lately for sure. But for people like myself who are not very technologically inclined, it really, it was a little bit of a, like, I don't know if I want to do this sort of thing. But this Q Vapor is so simple that I could no longer say, you know what, I don't want to try, because my girlfriend just made me sit there and look at it and plug it in and do the whole thing. And it took 2 seconds and I was smoking. And I wasn't annoying anybody, and I wasn't smelling up the room, and I didn't have to run out into the freezing cold. Not to say that you shouldn't have etiquette when you're even using a vape indoors, but it's a great alternative to smoking for sure.
The survey also revealed 94% of smokers worry that an alternative would be too difficult to use, just like you said.
I'm the 94%. That's me. I'm the one who thought it would be too difficult to switch over.
Drea, according to the Center for Disease Control, over 41,000 deaths are attributed to secondhand smoke each year. Well, this survey also revealed that 1/3 of married smokers feel pressure from friends and family to stop smoking. Do smokers normally feel more comfortable living with a partner that smokes?
My boyfriend is an ex-smoker, so he does not want anything in the house. He doesn't want to smell the smoke. He doesn't want it anywhere near him. So, and I'm still a smoker, so I vape.
So for those who say they crave a cigarette, does the same thing happen for those people who vape? Do they crave a vape?
Well, it depends. It depends on, the thing with cigarettes and with vaping and all that is, it depends on how much nicotine you're keeping in your life. For me, I've gotten to a place where I just don't even deal with the nicotine, so it's more of the ritual that I kept, because smoking is a ritual, and it is a thing out of habit, and it's, it's satisfying, and it's relaxing to some of us crazy actors in the world. I think a lot of actors probably still smoke. So I think that's more where I'm at with it.
Since there is no secondhand smoke, is there less medical repercussions for the smoker as well as those around them?
Well, vape, I mean, like I said, it's not smoke, it's a vapor. But as far as health concerns, I don't think we're there yet. It's a new technology. I don't think that anything's been proven as far as that goes. I just know that it's a better alternative right now for smoking for the reasons that I'm talking about. It's just more acceptable in the lifestyle that I live.
All right, Drea, where can our viewers find more information?
You can go to qvapor.com and they'll tell you all about vapors, and then you can learn about the actual Q vapor, which is my preference because it's the easiest for me,
Thank you, Drea, for joining us this morning and sharing what motivates smokers to smoke and the alternatives to smoking.
Thank you, Rose.
You can also learn more about the Federal Drug Administration's regulation on manufacturing, marketing, and distribution of tobacco products and the mission of the Center for Tobacco Products to make tobacco-related deaths and disease a part of America's past, not future, to ensure a healthier life for every family. Mentoring opens doors for students and job seekers with disabilities. Open the door to an all-inclusive workplace. Watch the upcoming episodes of Disability Mentoring and get involved in your community. Be a mentor. R&B music icon Patti LaBelle has a new attitude these days. Patti's career spans over 50 years as an entertainer, author, and entrepreneur. Now the godmother of soul is trying her hand at jazz with a new album, while lending her voice to a campaign to empower fellow baby boomers to get a new attitude about their health. Joining us to discuss her ventures and a new awareness effort is the outstanding Patti LaBelle. And joining her as well is Dr. Vincenza Snow, general internist with special interest in adult immunizations. Dr. Snow is the senior medical director for Pfizer Vaccines. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Rose.
So, Patti, why did you decide to branch out into jazz? And what other projects are you working on these days?
Okay, that was a 10-year process, thinking about doing jazz music. I was afraid to try it because I've never done it before. And then my ex-husband kept begging and begging and begging. I said, okay. So it's done now, Rose, and I love it, and it's in stores now, and it's doing quite well. And I also have this diet. I'm sorry, it's not a diet cookbook. It's a cookbook for people who don't want to be on a diet. It's all sweets, desserts, 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 okay? But I have some diet ones back in the day, some of those also. But that's out. I have a third season for my Cooking Network show on the Cooking Channel. It's called Patti's Place. It's coming out at the end of this year. I never stopped touring. I'm recording now a Christmas album, and I'll be working for the rest of my life. And, you know, I'm here now, and I'm strong, and I'm here for Pfizer, you know, speaking about pneumococcal pneumonia and how when I got my life scare, we talked about my diabetes before, you and I. It started me looking at doctors and taking care of Patty more so than I used to. And so now with the pneumococcal pneumonia, it's all over, but we as 65 and older, we don't realize that we can be vaccinated for this and save our lives and stay young and healthy and all those beautiful things. And we have a campaign called, you know, allaboutyourboom.com. And there's a lot that's going on. And Dr. Snow, as you see her with me, she can give you a lot more information than I could about it.
Dr. Snow, according to the Florida Department of Elder Affairs, nearly 5.2 million residents are age 60 and older. And Florida ranks first in the nation for people 65 and over. So what advice would you give our viewers who think they're healthy and not at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia?
So it's important that they know that pneumococcal pneumonia is a potentially serious bacterial infection of the lungs. And if you're 65 or older, even if you're healthy, you're at higher risk for getting pneumococcal pneumonia. And in fact, you're 13 times more likely to be hospitalized for pneumococcal pneumonia if you're 65 or older versus someone who's 50 or even younger. So it's important for you to talk to your doctor or your pharmacist to make sure you're up to date with all your immunizations.
The Centers for Disease Control estimates about 900,000 Americans get pneumococcal pneumonia each year. And about 5 to 7% die from it. Here in Florida, we know when it's tourist season and it begins, so does the flu season begin. So how is pneumococcal pneumonia different from the common cold or flu?
So the common cold or flu are caused by viruses, and pneumococcal pneumonia is caused by a bacteria called Streptococcus pneumonia. And luckily, we have vaccines that can help prevent all of these infections. So it's important for you to make sure you're up to date with your vaccinations, especially if you're 65 or over. And you want to keep your all about your boom and just be like Patty and be vibrant and working and doing everything that you want to be able to do.
So, doctor, does pneumococcal pneumonia hit the most healthy and active older adults, even if they're healthy and vibrant, like Patty?
Absolutely. As I was saying, even if you're perfectly healthy, you are still vulnerable to get pneumococcal pneumonia. So it's always important. I always say prevention is better than treatment, and it's always best if you speak to your doctor or pharmacist to make sure you're up to date on all of your immunizations.
So what population do you think is most vulnerable for the common cold and flu right here in Florida?
So for all infectious diseases, persons over 65 or older, unfortunately, as we age, our immune system ages as well, and that makes you more vulnerable to infections. And then also people who have some chronic diseases, either immunosuppression like HIV or cancer, or chronic diseases like diabetes, like Patty, or chronic heart disease, lung disease, kidney disease. All of those things can make you more vulnerable to getting these infections. So again, it's important to always make sure you're up to date with all the appropriate vaccinations for either your age or if you have any of these conditions.
So Patty, when you're on the road touring and enjoying your work, are you sharing with others how to take care of themselves?
Oh, I do it all the time. You know, I perform constantly. And in my show, I always talk about my menopause, my diabetes, and how fierce I am, you know, at 73, and telling them how when I took the chance to go on Dance with the Stars at 71, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I did 6 weeks, so I'm a winner. And there's so many people over 50 who think it's over for them, for life. Take chances in life, do things that you think you could never do, and never listen to the people who are saying you, girl, you can't do that, you're too old.
Yeah, don't you love when they say to you, you need to retire, right?
Right, that's right, but keep it going. And I want everybody to see my new attitude video. It's all about yourboom.com to see how it affects you when you don't know it. I had singers pretending I had them singing for me, But after they finished, I played a tape and let them hear themselves coughing. They weren't really coughing, but they could have been.
I'm so excited. I mean, just to sing one note in front of Patty, it's just like, I'm done. That's it. I'm good. Hi, Patty.
Hi, sweetie.
I am such a big fan of yours.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Well, right now, girl, you better sing. Terry, cue it up, baby.
What the singers didn't know is the recording was rigged before they came in with coughing, like they had pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious but vaccine-preventable disease.
To my shoes, know where I'm going and I know what to do. I tidied up my point of view.
I'm in control of my ways of you. 'Cause I got love like I never knew.
Then the jokester Patty let the singers in on the prank.
I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes. Know where I'm going and I know.
It's like you never know if you have pneumococcal pneumonia, and you never think because you're over 65 that you can be vaccinated. So please go to allaboutyourboom.com.
You ladies are fabulous. Dr. Snow, what other resource can you share?
For more information, you can go to allaboutyourboom.com or cdc.gov.
Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us this morning to create awareness of the risks of pneumococcal pneumonia.
Bye, Lee.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Mentoring opens doors for students and job seekers with disabilities. Open the door to an all-inclusive workplace. Watch the upcoming episodes of Disability Mentoring and get involved in your community. Be a mentor.
A commitment to be healthy and vibrant begins with a great attitude from our 20s all the way into our older adult life. Being energized through work that you love with an equal balance of an active social life will ensure that you keep a great attitude. Share with us your commitment to lead a healthy life that's filled with new life experiences to be your very best at facebook.com/Rose Lee Show. And follow us on Instagram at The Rose Lee Show. And you can watch this episode and many others here at ION Television or 24/7 at RoseleeArcherShow.com. Thanks for joining us this morning, and we do look forward to seeing you soon.